Hey everybody, this is going to just be a quick video about your peer reviews. On Tuesday evening before midnight, the first drafts of your final research essay should be submitted in Connect, and then Wednesday morning, if all goes according to plan, I will be sending out drafts for you to look at. You'll get two, and you'll have to write two peer reviews. I want to go over this handout one more time to show you what you're in for and to discuss some of the prompts, how you can get the best effect and help out each other. I want to remind you that the peer reviews are worth 25% of your total score. Remember, there's 10 points to be had on this scale. Your research primer was 1.5 point. Turning in the rough draft on time, Tuesday evening, the 21st, is 2, and then this is going to be worth 2.5. Let's go ahead and scroll down. We are at the third phase of this, and here is the directions for the peer review. Much like our research primer, you can just go ahead and type directly in. You're going to want to copy it. You're going to want to copy these prompts and do them twice. One for draft one for the second draft you're going to get. And you're going to want to just go ahead and type in your paraphrases of each of the pieces in these bits. So we'll start off at the top, the exordium. What is the student's introduction? How are they showing the crucial issue? Which introductory move are they using to capture their audience's attention and capture the big idea or the crucial issue? Explain that and paraphrase that, and then give an alternative introductory idea that would be a secondary research idea. So for example, in that introduction presentation, I gave you the facts introduction. How might the student do some secondary research and capture and write an alternative introduction? They don't have to take your advice, but we do want you to have that idea in there. So here we paraphrase their current idea, and then we give them a second idea. When we move down to commenting on their narration, paraphrase what type of secondary research the students are using to first illustrate the big idea, the crucial issue, and then secondly, to back up the resources that they're using, their primary texts. So we want to make sure that you are speaking to their research. Again, you want to give them advice for how they can improve these aspects of their writing. So it's not enough to say they did this and it's good. It's going to be they did this and here's how they can make it better. That's what I'm going to be looking at when I'm grading your peer reviews. The division is a very important part because this is the central claim. This is the big idea. You need to be able to paraphrase the student's argument and put it down there and say, and the aspects of their crucial issue that are being demonstrated by the primary texts are 1, 2, 3. The steps or stages of the process that they are demonstrating is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or the types or the categories of their big idea is type 1, type 2, type 3. If they are not doing that, you need to say they have not broken down their crucial issue. Here is an idea for how they might do that. Again, it's not enough to say, no, they're not doing it. It's, yes, they are, here's what it is, or no, they're not, here's an idea for how they maybe can break it down. When we get into our proof, you'll see that these are yes-no questions, but you need to do yes, no, and how they did it, or no, they didn't, here's a piece that they might look at, right? Here's where you do need to have your book nearby, and if they're writing about, say, Ray Bradbury's story, you need to say, here's a scene that will demonstrate that first term. Here's a scene that'll demonstrate the second term. Here's a scene that'll demonstrate the third term. You're going to want to do this for each of the primary texts. Go ahead and give us a quick talk on whether or not they include a refutation. If they don't, give an idea for how they might write a refutation. And then with our conclusion, let's make sure that we are coming full circle. So if they give us an introductory idea, how are they returning back to that introductory idea with matters having been changed given their analysis of the primary texts? You're going to want to give 2 tips for amending a pattern of error. One thing that I've been seeing is a lot of us are using apostrophes to mark plurals. What I see, I saw Americans with American apostrophe S when we're talking about plural Americans. That's wrong. If it's wrong there, it's probably wrong in other places. So you want to make sure that you're pointing out systematic errors. We need 2 errors that they're making the most often. You're going to want to not only turn these in, well, actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get rid of this. If you turn these in, you don't have to copy and paste them into your final paper. So we'll just go ahead and we'll put it on the record here. Don't worry about pasting them into your final paper because I'm going to see them when you submit them here. All right. You need to have both of your peer reviews uploaded no later than Sunday the 26th. They need to be saved as PDFs so I can distribute them to everybody. And then that following morning, Monday, April 27th, if your peers did their job, you'll be receiving feedback from them in your email inboxes. This feedback may or may not be helpful, but you do need to demonstrate that you have made revisions between the draft that you submit on the 21st and the final draft that you turn in. If you are unsatisfied with the feedback you're getting from your peers, that's natural, that's fine. You can go ahead and make an appointment with me, and it's optional, and we can go over your work and I can give you some specific feedback that might be a little bit more helpful. But for the time being, we are going to focus on writing peer reviews for 2 student papers. Again, for full credit, you need to have both done. They need to have specific and complete advice in each of these areas. We need to follow directions. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can post it to our GroupMe text thread. And again, after this process is done next week, I will have a schedule for us to have Zoom meetings. They are optional. They're not required, but some of you might want some feedback from me on your drafts next week. One note here, I am not going to be giving you feedback on your first drafts unless you make that appointment. You don't have to do it, but if you're interested in getting some pointers on how you can dress up your final draft before you submit it, you're going to have to reserve one of those times. So that's that. I want you guys to keep powering through, keep staying strong, stay healthy, and remember, don't be shy to reach out to me and we can schedule a meeting or talk things out. Have a good rest of the week.